Hello everybody and welcome to the second part of your lesson on amplification. We had already talked about what an amplification is. It is something about making big, or as I told you, it is taking up a particular proverb or an idiom and trying to analyze and trying to link it up with our lives. So today I would like to explain some more amplifications, or in fact take up some proverbs and talk about how you can go about writing an amplification on the same. The first proverb we'll take up is "A stitch in time saves nine." It looks like a very common everyday proverb. So when we start writing, we'll first talk about literally what it means. Like when we tell we have a small, say we have a small rent, right? In a cloth, we have a small rent or a tear there. And now this rent is going to become bigger if you do not stitch it on time. Therefore, literally it means that if you do not stitch up a rent on time, it is really going to become big and you'll have to make many more stitches where you could have just done one with one stitch. When we try to link it up with our lives, we can look at it something like this. In the second paragraph, you're going to link it up with your life and tell that imagine you have a kid in your house, or your kid brother or sister, and he or she develops a very bad habit. Now, if you do not put a stop to that particular habit, it is going to become it's not a habit. In fact, it's something that he or she picks up, and slowly it will become a habit, and it will become a part of his personality. We have this beautiful story of a kid who had once brought back a pencil from the school and showed it to his mother. "This is a pencil that I got from somebody else." The mom did not say anything. Later, what happened was that he kept on bringing small things from others. It became a habit, a part of his personality. One fine day, after many years, he was put behind bars. So finally, we can say that he became something like a criminal. He became a big thief. Then the mother came to visit him in the prison. He asked his mother, "Please I want to whisper something into your ears. Show me your ears," right? So the mother put her ears near the bars, and then the son, or the criminal now, bit into the ear and took it off. The mom was like, "Oh my God, what happened?" Then he told, "If you would have stopped me when I first bought the first pencil from somebody else, I wouldn't have let it up here." So the basic idea that you have to deal about in this particular proverb is that you need to talk about and link it with your life and tell that a bad habit, if we do not stop it in the first go, it is going to become a very big habit, or a part of your personality. Therefore, if the one small thing is stopped, later 9 more stitches can be stopped. Let us go to the second idiom there. This is the second proverb. "Slow and steady wins the race." It's a very, very common saying there. Someone who is consistently following something in life is trying to make up, in life, or follow something, do something consistently, will finally achieve success. Now, whenever we talk about this particular proverb, they always link it up with the story of the tortoise and the hen. But the thing is that we need to remember that when you're writing it, we're trying to link it up with our lives in the second paragraph, we have to be careful not to tell the whole story and make a complete blunder there. We just need to mention about the story in a line or two, and then try to tell that if somebody consistently, follows something, you can in fact quote Confucius, who had said, "It does not matter how slowly you go, so long as you do not stop." There might be many obstacles in your life, but slowly and steadily you proceed towards your aim, towards your destination. The third proverb that we'll talk about is "All that glitters is not gold." A very, very familiar proverb, and something that's so applicable in our lives today. Literally meaning, it means what? It means that anything that glitters and is shining necessarily is not gold, does not have the worth of gold. Now, if you link it up with your life, we need to remember something like this. Like, say we have a very handsome guy there in front of you. He might look very handsome, but you will never know what his actual personality is. Might be he is somebody who's a criminal, who's he's somebody who can do a lot of harm to you. Therefore, we should never be taken up by the cover of a book, or we should never judge a book by its cover. That means something that we can't see. We have people wearing beautiful jewelry. All the jewelry may glitter as beautifully as gold, but may not have the worth of gold. That is what is meant by the proverb, all that glitters is not gold. After all, you might have a person might not look very beautiful from outside, but maybe a true gentleman, maybe a true human individual who has all the qualities of the good human being. That is more important. We should not be taken up by the cover or by the face there. And the last proverb we'll deal with is, uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. Now, literally speaking, if you wear a crown on your head, will you be comfortable always? No, you'll not be. That is the first para. Second para, you have to deal with the concept of, if you're talking about the person with a crown on his head, the king, the monarch, has a lot of responsibilities. Therefore, the crown is a symbol of his responsibilities. Just like that, here in life, the person who is the head of your family is like the king of the family, who is wearing that unseen burden or the unseen responsibility in his head of looking after his family. Therefore, he's always tense. He wants to get the best things for his family, right? So therefore, this is the meaning of the proverb, how you can link it up with your life. That means it's somebody who is in the head of the house, somebody who is the head of the state, will have a lot of responsibility. So these are the few proverbs that I have dealt with you today, and this is the end of the chapter on amplification, the part 2 of amplification. I hope you all liked it, and I hope you've understood completely the concept, and you'll interact with me about any problems that you have in this area. Thank you.